Yes, my people, I'm back, and on our 1 hour chart, price is bullish. Looks like potentially internally we are bearish. We'll go down to my 5. Looks like price is still bullish based off the SMAs, and on our 1 minute, price is bearish. So, depending on what time frame I use, it's gonna obviously have a say within my bias, but we'll stick to the 5 minute for now. And if I just let price play a little bit, okay, so we actually do get below the SMAs now, as you guys can see. But if I use my 1 minute time frame, where did we come from? We took out this high, then we took out this low, so that's the first flip. Then we took out this low, but this low, some people say that this is an internal low. Why? Because this is not a validated swing low, where we haven't had price close above this swing low, so technically this is not a valid zone. So our most recent proper zone would be this zone here. So if I just rewind it back, because I mean you do technically have a trade within here, where this would have been your 1, this would have been your 2, this would have been your 3, 4, 5. Say 4 and then your 5, and obviously you've come from this internal zone here, but it technically does work. And obviously we tapped into our last up down, so that would have been this area here, and price gave us a nice reaction, and obviously we moved down. I mean, I can also use this Wick fractal. It really depends, up to you. More or less we look for the same things all the time. And sorry about the noise, guys. In terms of SMA, we also had RSI divergence, so that could have been a potential confluence that you use to take the trade lower. And this is the proper market structure break from here, and from this market structure break, I mean, we have 1, this is a 1, this has your 2, this has your 3. Do we sweep? I have no idea. Okay, yep, this has your 4, and potentially this has your 5. And we're gonna end up tapping our last up down movement, which is the unmitigated move origin. And even with this unmitigated move origin, you technically have SBS, because you could have made this, your 1, this your 2, 3, obviously sweat, so obviously price plays out and we keep pushing down. So that could have potentially been 2 for 2. And over here we even have RSI, so again an extra confluence that price intends to potentially go down. And then now we have another market structure break. And if you let price play out, so with here you don't quite mitigate anything. So from this high to this low, we don't quite mitigate anything. Yes, we do tap into this wick fractal, but is it enough for me to say, yeah, price is gonna bounce from here? No, not necessarily, because we still have areas right above us where price could potentially tap into and obviously give us lower lows and lower highs. But is it the end of the world? No, because now you have this zone here, I'm gonna let price play out. Obviously you don't quite have SBS in here unless you are going to be a little bit cheeky, where that's your 1, that's your 2, that's your 3, price sweeps 4, 5. Obviously we tapped our last up down movement, so that's the move origin potentially. And obviously price gives us another reaction down, and what happens, we have another market structure break. And bearing in mind, this is all between my trading time, so you guys can't say, oh yeah, but that's not your trading time, because it is. And I mean, we do have RSI here as well. And obviously for let price play out, and price keeps dumping and dumping, and I mean, you can now say that this is your 1, this is your 2, this is your 3, obviously price fell 4, 5. Obviously we're coming from this zone high, and if you let price play out, we obviously tapped into SPS. I mean, you could say that's SPS model 1 as well, depending on how you say it. You could also say that's SPS model 1, where that could have been your 1, this could have been your 2. So this could have been your 1, this could have been your 2, and obviously 3. Obviously price shoots 4, 5, and obviously price starts to make lower lows and lower highs. We feel this imbalance here, and obviously price starts to dump. You could also say that we just came back to tap into this unmitigated move origin, and you can see we actually have an area of supply and demand as well. So even if you want to be very precise, you could have also done it like that. If I go to my 5-minute, this is what price looks like. We just tapped into a wick fractal. Remember, price is fractal, right? But yeah, so when I go back down to my 1-minute, obviously price keeps playing out, and so this high was not able to take out this low. So what does that make this a weak high? What did we end up doing? We ended up, did we? Yeah, we ended up running that high, but now potentially you could have another area drawn out even from here, as you can use this as an area of support and resistance. You can now use this area as a support and resistance, where now potentially on the 5-minute, where one where potential in your higher time frame, obviously you have a potential SPS, but it wouldn't look that nice. But if you just stick to the 1, obviously, if you just let price play out, you can see we just carry on dumping. So yes, if you was shorts, obviously I've gone past my trading time, but if you was looking for shorts for the day, then it was a good day for you, and you had your bias correct. Yes, on our higher time frame, price is bullish, don't get me wrong. However, overall price is bearish internally. But if we're looking at things from our 1 hour time frame, that's my 1, that's my 2, that's my 3. Price hasn't quite syruped yet. I'll be looking for 1.5, and I can say that we are coming from this low to this high, where we tap the 618. I mean, I can even use this area here, and I can even use this area here. So it really depends on up to you on how you want to refine where you want to potentially put a stop. But yes, if you was bearish for the day, well done. But that's it for me today. Always remember, guys, that victory belongs to the most tenacious. Wherever you guys are in the world, I'm wishing you guys a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good night. Peace, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night, and ciao.